Hoosier Trapper Outdoors is brought to you by Hoosier Trapper Supply, Leatherwood Creek Trapping Scents, HTS Productions, Hoosier Trapper Deer Scents, and Leatherwood Wildlife Art.
All right, thanks for joining us for this episode 5 of Hoosier Trapper Outdoors Season 3. On this particular episode, we're going to have a couple product highlights, a Trapline tip, our usual Trapline diary from our Arkansas Trapline, and also a fur handling, fur grading segment on coyotes. Before we get started, I've got a couple of lures I want to show you. These are from our Leatherwood line, and these are both Gland lures. We've got a Coyote Gland and a Red Fox Gland lure. Typically, if you talk about a Gland lure, it is from the glands of the animal that you're after. There are other glands that are used in lures, such as mink gland or muskrat gland, even beaver castor, and those are used in other lures as a curiosity or whatever. So, when you're typically talking about a gland lure, it is from the glands of the animal that you're after. The idea behind them is a territorial infringement. So whenever a new animal comes into the area, they're going to check it out. So that's the idea behind these. They are generally effective the majority of the season. Probably the only downtime that they're not as effective is the month of December, and that would be after the dispersal. The family group breaks up and the dispersal of the pups goes out, and those animals for about a 30 to 40 day period of time are just kind of hanging out, trying to establish where they're going to reside, what their territory is going to be. So these would be least effective at that time. I mean, they'll still catch, but maybe to switch over to a curiosity / call type lure during that window of time there would probably be more effective. So anyways, the gland lures have been used for years and years and have proven to be quite effective. So anyways, hope you enjoy the show this week. There is a lot of interest in coyote trapping. Everybody's got coyotes. They see coyotes when they're out hunting or whatever. And, that's one of the animals that is the most involved to catch. It requires the most equipment, and the most knowledge, and the most know-how. So for those of you starting out, that can be really overwhelming. And we've actually, I think, made this as simple as you can possibly make it. We've actually have these kits. It's got everything that you need, from trap prep to attraction to the tools that you need and the traps. And then it also includes our coyote trapping DVD, Coyote Trapping Making Sense of It All. We've got one kit that's based on 6 traps and one that's based on 12 traps. You can literally watch the DVD, go through the trap prep, go out and set traps with what's in this kit. You won't need anything else. So very handy. Save you a little money over buying it just straight off the just picking out what you want. This will save you a little bit of money, and it's got everything all in one place that you need. So and including the instruction. So anyways, you might consider the kits particularly if you're just starting out with coyote trapping.
Morning.
Got anything?
Nothing. About y'all?
Nothing.
Same.
Goose egg.
Been pretty bad.
Yeah, it is, man. Did you guys order this weather?
Huh?
Did you guys order this weather?
I don't like it.
It's crazy. Feels like home. Hey, Trent.
Well, maybe we got something on this line.
Hopefully.
Well, this is a coon. He'd been messing with these sets like we showed yesterday. We have coons messing with the traps and carrying on, flipping traps off, pulling pan covers and all that. So
Chewing on the stick now.
yeah, so Jared was able to catch this coon and hopefully eliminate a problem for tomorrow. So, anyways, we'll take it, Jared.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, that's right. It's better than
Clear them
nothing.
out so a cat can move in.
Trent, what we got up there?
A coyote.
Coyote?
Coyote.
Coyote? Let's go see it. What we got, Jared?
Soul Road. Main road's kind of a little ways, but just an old road. This is Coyote. Travel down, connected with him. He's gonna talk to us a little bit.
That's a future coyote, cat, gray fox trapping machine right here, Trent.
Going to the fence. All right, here we got kind of a four-way going on here with the roads. We got our main road, of course, and then two pull-offs that are actually blocked up ahead by Forest Service. Got 3 sets total here. Justin's got a set right here, and Taryn has a set back there. And of course, mine's over here. Have a coyote back there. I got my set, but it did come over here and tear up Justin's a little bit, messed it up. So it's always nice to have more than one set on these intersections. If it, just like this case right here, if you miss a coyote on the first one or anything else, hopefully it's going to visit another set, and it did. Set's right over here, right here, and coyote's on the drag. He's back up over there behind the truck. So
You worn out? We got him.
yesterday, right here off the main road, had a set right here. If you look right here on this tree, I had a pull out, which lack of good paying attention is my problem. But anyway, this morning, look, trap's gone. You look way back in the woods there, you can see him laying down. Coyote. Dragged in his dog, got him off the road. Thank you. Pile it up.
Definitely started out as a slow day, and definitely warms things up. Even though it's cold out when you're having some action. So, one thing about this location here too, we've got these roads. Obviously, the stuff's on this road, and I keep talking about these additional features here. We've got this grass right here where they can come in here and hunt or whatever. So, we've got the path of travel as the road, and then we've got another reason for them to come to this particular spot because we're right here. So, because of
All right, we got this Forest Service road that we've been kind of traveling along, setting traps along the way, and it kind of looks like a food plot down this way, if Jake can show it. A lot of fresh grass kind of down this lane where they've cut all that timber out of there. I actually had some sets back there I was trying to get in the ground, but there was just so much rock I couldn't even do it, and we're about out of drag, so had to use a stake, come out here closer to the road where there's a better intersection probably anyway, and got us a nice gray traveling through. So,
Good job.
yeah, worked out. Top dog predator bait, and I don't recall what lure we've set so much. I don't. If I had to guess, I think I'd use them finicky feline for cats, but
The grays do like that.
the grays are pretty cat-like anyway. So,
And one thing about this whole deal is today was looking like a shutout. We
It has.
checked 60 traps at least and didn't catch anything, and now we've 3 coyotes and a gray and a coon so far. So in just a little bit of checking traps, so
it's turning
kind of
on.
coming together. But man, it started out pretty dismal.
Yep, it's turning on. Let's take care of him.
All right, this day started out like crap, and Jared cut the coyote. Justin just cut the gray fox. Next trap, got another coyote sitting right here on the corner. He is playing just at 4.
What do you think, Trent?
Good.
That's good.
Something to take on his eye.
Looks like it.
Yeah. Good job,
Sure.
Charlie.
Easy on the old guy. Easy on the old guy.
Main road, I mean the typical scenario, this is basically all we're setting, but we're just looking for something that identifies it even more. We got a logging road here, it's blocked off, going up over the top of the mountain. Come down right here, this set was actually messed with a couple days, and we finally connected here. So I got a good target spot right there above his eyes, got a big old tick on him, so we're gonna aim for that. Maybe we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone, kill the coyote and the tick at the same time. So, anyways,
Are you that
got
good?
the coyote here, and it's a little risky what we did to have it staked right here, and this thing's in plain view of the world, but nobody bothered it, and if assuming anyone even came by other than the Forest Service person. So, got the coyote here, and we'll take care of him, and hopefully maybe we'll move on down the road and catch another one. So, and to check day 6. And as we've said, this day has been started out really, really cold, frigid, Minnesota weather. And you guys are supposed to keep that up there. Dismal. We checked 50, 60 traps, nothing. And so we're thinking a blanked out day, goose egg day, and then we started connecting. So as you can see, we ended up with 4 coyotes, a coon, and a gray fox. So it ended up being a pretty good day, really, overall. No spotted cats yet, so I'm not sure what's up with that. You know, we have never gone to 6 days and not caught a cat, so you know, clearly they're just not moving. Jared did catch that one cat. I take that back. Jared did catch that one cat a couple 3 days ago, but in general, I just don't think they're moving at all. And it's kind of like when you're coon trapping, and occasionally you'll catch that one random coon that decided to move or run or whatever. But I think that's where the scenario that we're in with these cats is where they're just not in the mood to move, and at least maybe that's a grasping for an excuse or whatever. But anyways, we never had any problem catching them in the past. Yeah. So, and the other thing is, you know, we do this day-to-day diary, and we're not in an edited format. In other words, just showing you a bunch of catch footage. And not telling you how many days it took to do that. So we are literally putting ourselves on the line. In other words, you know, we're putting ourselves out there for the highs and lows, successes and non-successes. So this is the reality of trapping, and this is what every trapper deals with. It's just a lot of times you just can't see that when you're watching a show or DVD or whatever. So, anyways. Check day 7 tomorrow, final day. Then we, unfortunately, we got to head back to home, and we'll see how that goes tomorrow. So
We've like my dad said, we have had some highs and lows, but we had a couple days that were kind of low. But it's still a real good time out here and have a lot of fun. So
yeah, oh yeah. Good.
Had fun with you guys, and
Yeah.
tomorrow's a new day, and maybe them cats will show up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys being along.
I've had a
and
blast.
having a good time. Yeah.
We had some fun trapping.
Good.
There you go. That pretty much sums it up.
Just have some fun trapping.
Fun trapping.
Good job, Trent.
Good job, buddy.
All right, coyotes. Everybody wants to catch coyotes. They're a big challenge. A lot of fun to catch. Got great respect for this animal. Incredibly wary. Here in the Midwest, Indiana, on east, even Illinois or whatever, our quality of coyotes is just all over the page. And you guys out in Wyoming and in the western states, you're probably thinking, man, is that a coyote? Anyways, our colors are all over the place, our textures all over the place. One thing to bear in mind with coyotes is the more harsh the color, the less it's probably worth. So if you get these really dark ones like this right here, this coyote's well furred, but it's just really dark. It's got that black in there. Just not desirable at all in terms of color. It's good heavy fur. It was caught late, but and not really showing any signs of weakness or rub so much, but just really very poor color and just not that desirable. So that's an issue that we have here in the east. Here again, this one's just got that really rusty look. This was caught considerably earlier. As you can tell, it's just flatter in fur. Just got that rusty red brown, very poor colored coyote. Here again, covered. Doesn't really have rub spots on it or anything, but just not a very good colored coyote. So gotta take what you get. And we've got some here that were caught later in the season, and they're actually starting to go backwards. They if you think about an animal or even something that you wear, your coat or whatever, as you wear it, it shows wear. It starts to wear out and shows weak spots or whatever. And the coyotes and anything with fur on it is the same way. So the later in the season you get, the more issues that it has once you pass that peak primeness. Ideally, coyotes are probably better caught here in the upper Midwest, early November through December, and then at that point the quality is going to start going backwards. So you've got coyotes here that they're starting to show some weakness on the edges. This one's got some rubbing here. This one's not too bad, but it's definitely got some areas here that are weak, opening up in right here. This coyote right here, color-wise, it's more pale in color. Doesn't have that that brownish, rusty, reddish look to it. So here again, the belly's starting to show more white. Definitely has a little more value. This coyote right here, it's kind of got a number of things going against it. You can see this big rub spot here, very weak on the edges. A lot of times guys will get their grade sheet back and the coyotes will be listed at slight damage or medium damage, and they go, well, I didn't send any coyotes that had holes in it. Well, this is what they're calling as medium or slight damage, to put the extent of your big rub spots here. So anyways, that's an indication there that that's going to go at least rubbed. If you've got coyotes and you're somewhat, once you start kind of learning them, you can decide whether or not they're worth putting up. And there are a few out there that probably just aren't worth skinning. So you're kind of taking them out of the mix and probably doing the environment a favor. But in terms of going to the work of putting them up, here again, it's just probably not worth it. These coyotes, despite the quality, have all been handled very nicely. You can hear that right there, and that's an indication that they've been fleshed properly. The red membrane on these can stay on unless there's fat underneath the red membrane, but you want to remove all your fat, meat clobs or whatever else. And like I said, when you know that they're fleshed properly, it'll have that sound to it. If you don't flesh them properly, they'll have a real bored sound, real boardy feel to them, and they won't have that crinkle to them. So that's important to well handle them. They've been combed out. If you do ship them to the auction companies, they will drum them, and which means they're put in a tumbler with corncob grit, and that'll clean that out further, make them look even nicer. But anyways, well handled. All the cockleburrs are removed, blood, dirt, whatever, and very well handled. Kind of to top things off here, the two best coyotes here. These are both pretty nice coyotes for Indiana. Fully furred, no rub spots, pretty heavy, got heavy fur on them. In turn them over, and the bellies are fairly clear. This one actually is getting just a little bit weak on the edges, but you know, they've got the lighter colored bellies, not that really harsh color like we saw earlier. You know, more pale in color, and overall, you know, pretty nice coyotes. So, and this is all relatively speaking. This is an eastern coyote. These are not the western coyotes, but you know, very nice coyotes. Good representation of our better end coyotes here in the Midwest. So, you know, coyotes. You know, you'll ship them off, and you'll have some that'll bring $50, $60, $70, maybe $80 sometimes, and then you'll have some that'll bring $2, $3, $4, $5. So, you know, here's the higher end, and then here's those ones that you're talking about on the other end that you know, just are not going to bring any money. So these are your ones that blow your average right here. But and the quality, like I said, with our Indiana coyotes is kind of all over the place. I will make one note of something that I've noticed is that the quality does seem to be getting better as time progresses, and I don't know if that's related to the genetics are getting cleaner, obviously, or, you know, less influences of wild dog or whatever. You know, that's kind of speculation on my part. But I think the trapping pressure and maybe the hunting pressure with the number of coyotes taken out each year of the population probably may help. I don't know. But anyways, the quality has definitely increased and gotten better over each year. So anyways, just kind of a brief overview of coyotes, and good luck with sorting through them and figuring out which ones have the most value. All right, we do have our fur handling DVD that we did, Show Me the Money, Professional Fur Handling with myself. It is almost 5 hours long, and it covers most fur-bearing animals. There's a chapter on each animal. The first chapter is actually equipment and setup. We also have selling fur suggestions, the ways to market fur, all the options out there. That's on there as well. It's kind of towards the end of the DVD. But anyways, it'll walk you through the entire process of, you know, cleaning it up, scanning it, scraping the flesh, stretching, drying. All of that is included in this, in depth, obviously, since it's almost 5 hours long. But it's $29.95, and I think money well spent if you have any question about how to handle fur. The thing about fur is, you know, you went out and you caught it, and if you put it up, which means, you know, finishing it out, if you don't do a good job, it'll actually hurt you more than if you actually just went and sold the whole animal to the local fur buyer. So it's something that if you're going to take the time and effort to do, then you want to do it properly so that it brings the most that it can possibly bring. So anyways, the DVD is available. All right, for this week's Trapline tip, this is kind of an idea that you would use after things want to go a little flat or a little stale, or after maybe the catch is wound down a little bit, but you know that there's more animals there, and this is kind of to change things up. I mean, the first thing you can do is just switch urine. A lot of times, if you're using coyote urine or red fox urine, then maybe switch over to the other one. You know, in other words, if you're using red fox, use some coyote. Another one, and it doesn't matter if there's bobcats in your area or not, bobcat urine is always a really good change up for predator trapping. Obviously it works on cats, but it'll work on fox and coyotes too. So that's another thing that you can do to throw another element of attraction to your set, something different. You've all heard about the souped up urines or enhanced urines or that type of thing. And what you can do is you could just take an ounce of gland lure, or whatever appropriate gland lure you have, you know, in other words, coyote gland lure, coyote urine, bobcat gland lure, bobcat urine, etc., red fox urine, red fox gland lure, and just mix that in. So basically 1 ounce of that to a pint of urine, shake it up, and that works great. One thing with urine is you can add glycerin to it, and this is for when it gets incredibly cold. Typically you add about a pint to a gallon. You can add a little bit more. You could actually, even in really, really cold weather or really, really warm weather, you can add 25 to 35% glycerin to that and shake it up. And what it does in warm weather is it just keeps your urine from evaporating, makes it hold up, and it'll last a lot longer. So that's really a good base for warm weather. And then it does the same thing in cold weather. It keeps it from freezing. So you can go, like I said, 1 pint to a gallon, or you can go as much as 25 to 35% urine
glycerin, and then add your urine in on top. So anyways, those are just some ideas for additional attraction to your urine, another change up, and also a way to enhance it, and also a way to make it more effective in both warm or really cold weather.
Hey, thanks for watching, guys. One last thing before you go, we have the Hoosier Trapper Outdoors t-shirts in stock now. Brand new, fresh off the press. We got the logo on the back and the front, pretty sharp looking, only 12 bucks. Or if you need a 2X or 3X size, those will be 15. You can get them online at HoosierTrapperSupply.com, or you can just give us a call here at the shop at 317-881-3075. And just make sure you join us next time on October 17th for a brand new episode.